name is Alum. I'm the Deputy Mayor of Hopewell Township in Hopewell, New Jersey. I'm also President of Camden Alumni Association. The reason I'm here this morning, please don't mistake my calm tone as me being calm on the inside. 25 years of military experience with service in Iraq and Afghanistan has developed in me a skill to try to remain calm under the most adverse circumstances. To begin this conversation concerning education, this is not the Oprah Winfrey show where everyone who makes a noise gets to school. There's not money for everyone to get into school. So I will begin by urging this body to ask for audit of the SDA's funds. Find out how much money is there, where the money that has been expended has gone, and track down individuals responsible for the possible mismanagement of this fund. Some of the members of this body are aware of testimony that I gave prior concerning this bill, where myself and a bunch of concerned residents, students, teachers, and community activists were barred from participating in a meeting, a public meeting, held in a public facility by the superintendent of schools in Camden, Payman, the use of the Metro Police Force. We had 9 officers at the site, which left the most recently designated dangerous city in America, streets unguarded, while they used their presence to bar us from our civil rights and to participate in a public meeting. I received 2 phone calls from the superintendent after this incident, but these phone calls came after he had already announced his plans. The first meeting was in a building that could hold way more people than showed up. They were treated to a meal, had white tablecloths, and everybody was comfortable. Mr. George Norcross III was one of the guests in attendance. The second meeting was scheduled at a venue that only held 85 people. 50 people were said to just be allowed for the public. While we were barred from coming in the meeting, the excuse was that the building was filled to capacity. Meanwhile, we witnessed other members not testifying or associated with the governing body of the meeting enter the building through the back door. I'd like to read something from a local news paper. It says, Rahonford said he will introduce the projects at community meetings in the coming weeks. Neither project will be approved until the district gets feedback from the public, he added. He made this statement after he barred us from entering his meeting. And we can only anticipate that the way he conducted that meeting, he will conduct the rest of it, filled with people who support his plan, not people who object to it. State Senator Donald Norcross, Democrat from Camden, backed Rahonford, saying the superintendent utilizes every resource at his disposal to deliver top quality education to the city children. And I quote his quote in the newspaper, I authored the Urban Hope Act with the goal of providing new public schools where our state needs them most, Norcross said. Now, the problem is that Senator Norcross is the brother of George Norcross, who is the principal interest in the charter schools going into Camden. I have to say direct conflict of interest. I'm asking this body to officially note that there is a conflict of interest. The senator sits on many committees concerning public education, and he has already not recused himself in the most dire circumstances, which are blatant before this body and the state of New Jersey. One more note I'd like to add is that last Last night I received a text message. Text message says, wanted you to know the mayor's lieutenant was asking a lot of questions about you. Be careful, you're shaking cages. This thinly veiled threat is not something that I appreciate, and it's not something I deserve. As a member of this community, as an elected official, or as anyone who has stood up to defend this country's civil rights and the civil rights of the nations who are friendly to this country. Thank you.
Thank you.